Hi, welcome back. Thank you for joining us again. We'll be giving our predictions for week one of the Premier League. I know that again. I'm just so excited to watch this Arsenal game against Palace. I know that Sellers is going to be absolutely
Rocking.
rocking. So we're going to quickly get through this. Yeah,
Again, as you said, I'm excited for the season to get back because I've been bored.
hmm
I've missed watching the football. Obviously, we watched Women's Euros, but that's different.
hmm
And now the Premier League's back. Again, starting match day Friday, the day we were recording this, Crystal Palace versus Arsenal. As we've just seen the lineup. It's a strong lineup, and I've gone for a 3-1 Arsenal win. I actually have gone.
hmm Yeah, I think for me, I've gone with something slightly similar. I think with Palace and the atmosphere at Sellers, I can see them scoring a goal.
Yeah.
As much as I think Saliba and Gabriel will be solid, I just have a feeling that with it being at Sellers, it could be. I know Vieira's going to get them boys G'd up and ready to go. So I'm going to give it a 2-1 win to Arsenal.
Oh, so you've gone close then.
Yeah, I think it's going to be quite closer than I know you give. I know you're enthusiastic with the Jesus signings and a couple of sides. So I know that everyone's pumped, and I just think with it being Palace, and our record at Palace isn't as great as it should be. But I think just for that alone, just that basis alone, I think 2-1, will be a nice, decent way to start the Premier League season.
For me, I'm going to go 3-1 with Anthony. However, I'm saying Palace score first.
And that's what I thought.
I think Palace will be, even the fans, I think they'll be on it straight from the first kick.
Yeah.
They'll be on it, high press, and I think they're going to get a goal first.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think obviously they're going to get their free back.
Yeah. The next game will be Bournemouth, Aston Villa. What you've gone with?
See, I think this will be a close game, and I've seen Aston Villa in pre-season not lived up to expectations. So I've actually gone just for 1-0 Aston Villa win.
Okay. What's your?
Obviously Bournemouth is obviously no disrespect, but Bournemouth. Aston Villa been in the Prem for a few seasons now. They're up there. They've made very good signings so far. I'm saying a 2-0 Aston Villa.
Yeah, I agree. I think I'm going to go 2-0 as well. I just think with Stevie G, he's got a really good balance of youth. I think I like the way they play. I think they're a threat. I think it just goes to show what they did at the start of the last game of the season. Nearly spoilt City's party, and gave his old club a
that would be great.
Yeah, I know, but it'd make up for the slip that he done.
Yeah.
But they couldn't hold on long enough. But I'm gonna go Bournemouth 0, Aston Villa 2 as well. The next one is Fulham, Southampton. What are you going with? Sorry. Tottenham, Southampton. What would you go with?
I'm going to say it's a close game. I'm going to go 3-2. I think last time Southampton went to Spurs, they turned it around within 10 minutes, and it's 3-2 to Southampton or something like that.
Yeah.
So I think first game of the season, Southampton also made signings, but then so have Spurs. But I think Southampton are going to be on it. I think they're going to be down in the relegation battle. So I think they have to be on it.
Yeah. What's your thoughts?
See, it's hard because again I hate Tottenham. I hate seeing them win. But I've actually gone for a 3-0 Tottenham win.
Okay.
Because again, I think Tottenham will just have that firepower just to take no mercy on Southampton.
Yeah, but with Southampton, you don't know what Southampton you're going to get.
No.
Yeah.
That's it. You don't really know, and that's the thing. Where I'm kind of torn with my prediction. I'm gonna go 2-1. I'm gonna go 2-1 Tottenham. I'm gonna go 2-1 Tottenham. I just think you could quite easily see Southampton causing an upset. But if we're going off the signings and how well Conte has prepared that Tottenham squad for that opening game of the season, I can't see nothing but a win. So yeah, I'm going to go 2-1 Spurs. The next one we've got is Everton Chelsea. What's your prediction, Kai?
You know what? Yeah, I think Everton is, especially after last season. I think they're still going to be on that downfall.
Yeah.
During pre-season, they took a big hit against I think like Phoenix FC or something. They lost 4-0 with their first team.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a battering. I'm saying 4-0 Chelsea.
4-0 Chelsea.
4-0 Chelsea.
That.
I think Chelsea even with their firepower now as well. Especially with Sterling.
That's quite generous there.
I think I'm in a situation where I sort of agree. Yeah. I think there will be goals. I don't think Everton, it will come from Goodison Park. I think it will come from the boys in London. I think I'm going to 2-0 Chelsea, solid win, 1 goal in each half. But Chelsea will dominate that game.
To really be honest, I don't know. At Goodison,
I'm just saying.
At Goodison, I think you've got all of the atmosphere, just like because it could be a little bit like Sellers, and to think that you've got all of that atmosphere, what Lampard's going to get from that Goodison team. I just think for me personally, I can see it being a close game. I will say draw.
Draw.
I will say draw.
Everton Chelsea draw.
I will say draw.
What 1-1 2-0?
I don't know. I will say 2-2. The reason why I say that is because I just think because it being at Goodison, if it was at Stamford Bridge, then I would say yeah. I just think because just for the fact that it being at Everton's ground, opening game, Lampard, if he can't stoke up that, because I think did they not get any points off him in the running?
No, I can't.
Oh, sorry. There was some game. No, it wasn't. I don't think. I'm not sure if it was, but I remember their running towards the end to stay alive in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Their games at home were very, very, very good.
And that's when they done the job to actually survive.
Yeah. So I think for me it was very, very good from them. So I just think that they have nothing to lose. No. They expected to lose. So I just see if it depends as well up front if.
Yeah, true.
Calvin Lew's going to be fit.
See, I don't think he is. I've heard reports that he's not going to be fit.
Right, so
he never is fit, really.
True. So, you know what? And I told that. Yeah, I'm gonna go change my mind. I'm gonna go with a Chelsea win.
All right.
Moving on to the next fixture, which is Manchester United versus Brighton. That is a banana skin. That could be a banana skin. What's your prediction?
I think United, they're in a rebuild, so I'm not expecting much, but I'm expecting something. Brighton is Brighton. I think they're a very unpredictable team. They're obviously they finished 9th last season, which is not bad for Brighton,
especially for them.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm gonna go 1-1.
Yeah. What's yours?
See, it's hard because again last season Brighton had an exceptional start to the season, but then near the end they just fell off. And obviously, as you said, Kai, Manchester United are in a rebuild. I remember when Brighton played Man United last season, they caused them a huge amount of problems, and I think that they will again. But I do think Man United will just get a 1-0 win.
Yeah.
I think that goal will be coming late on.
Yeah, I think with it being at Old Trafford, I can see your side of things, it being a close one. I'm gonna go 2-0 Man United. The next one is Fulham versus Liverpool. What's your predictions, Alfie?
Fulham, newly promoted side.
Yeah.
I remember when they last in the Premier League, they beat Liverpool. I remember that game very well. But in terms of the new Premier League season, obviously Fulham would want to get started really well, but I just think the firehouse that Liverpool have they will sit with the job. Of course, losing Mane will be a huge impact. But I think Liverpool, with Mo Salah in that team especially, 3-0 win Liverpool.
Yeah, what's yours?
I'm going to keep it real and just say it's going to be a battering.
That's
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
When you play Liverpool, it's never going to be good.
Yeah.
Especially with, like Alfie said, their firepower just everywhere in their starting 11. They don't have a weakness.
They're on track.
They're on track. They don't have a weakness. They don't have a weakness. I'm saying 3-0 as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with a Liverpool win. I think I'm gonna go 3-0 as well. I'm gonna go 3-0. The next fixture, which is quite interesting, which is a tough one, is Newcastle versus Nottingham Forest. What's your prediction?
Do you know what I said to you before? Going to St James's Park is one of the most loudest and one of the most deafening places to go, because it's like, as I say, I would say, putting fire on oil, because that is a place you go and you expect a good game. Them Newcastle fans are loud, and Nottingham Forest will hear them. But I've gone for a 0-0 draw.
Okay.
I've actually gone for a 0-0 draw.
Okay. With me, like Alfie said, St James's Park is going to be rocking first game of the season. Everyone's going to be there. I think it's a terrifying place to go, St James's Park, especially first game of the season.
Yeah.
Nottingham Forest, newly promoted side. I think they need time to, especially with new sides, they need time to gel. In my opinion, I'm going to go for a 1-0 Newcastle win.
Okay. I'm going to go with. I think just off the basis of the way how strongly Newcastle kind of finished. They beat Arsenal. I think that they've beaten a few good teams. I think with the midfield, Maximilian. I think he's got the other striker. I forgot the other striker they've got. Which one?
Chris.
Is he French?
Saint Maximin.
No, not the French one. The other one. There's another striker, but they've got.
Chris.
Because of J.
Jolinton.
Sorry, Jolinton. That's him. Is he French?
No, he's Brazilian.
He's Brazilian.
Sorry. My apologies. Yeah.
Write that down.
Yeah, I'm not on track with that. But I think over the pre-season he's really got involved and put himself on the score sheet a few times over the pre-season. So I think I'm going to give it to Newcastle. I'm going to say 2-1 Newcastle. Leeds versus Wolves. What have you gone with?
Do you know what? I think it's going to be. I personally think it's going to be a good game. I think both teams will have plays in that game where they'll dominate. Of course, Leeds just managed to stay out last season. But for Wolves, on the other hand, I think it's going to be a long season for them.
Really?
I do. Because again, I know Bruno Lage is a great manager, but I think it's going to be a good season and a long season for Wolves. But I've actually gone for a 1-0 Leeds win.
Wow. What have you gone with?
I'm quite shocked with that, to be honest, because with Wolves, they had quite a few injuries last season.
Yeah.
I think this pre-season has been their recovery season, mainly. I think with Leeds, I'm not too convinced by their transfers.
They've not made it? Oh, yeah,
they have. But with their statement sign, especially from Jesse March, it's like he's going for an all-American team or something. They haven't really made a statement.
No.
But especially with Rafinha, money, it's not great. So I'm going to go...
They haven't spent the money wisely, basically.
I think they could do better. For me, I'm going to go for a 2-1 Wolves win.
Okay, I'm going to go with. I think considering they've lost, their rock in.
They've lost two of this one, then Calvin Phillips and Rafinha.
And then you've got Rafinha as well. I just think it's going to take them possibly time to gel. I don't know whether they've prepared well enough for this game, whether they're going to have gel enough to be able to go right. We're able to put a team together that's going to actually.
Go out there and win.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with a draw. I'm gonna go with a 1-1 draw. with that. This one's next fixture is quite interesting, which is Leicester Brentford. What's your thoughts on that?
Leicester, I think they're going to struggle. I don't think they have a lot of injuries.
Yeah,
and they are long-term injuries as well. So I think they're definitely going to struggle. With Brentford, I think they'll also struggle. Ericsson was like their spine, really. He was like their star man. So I think it's a tough one, but I'm going to go for a 1-1.
Okay.
I'm with you on that one, Kai. Leicester will struggle this season, and of course I'll speak more about Leicester later, as we will. But I've gone brave, and I don't mean brave to Leicester City fans. I've gone, and the reason why I've done this is because Leicester have not made those signings. They've gotten rid of arguably their best player in Kasper Schmeichel. Obviously, he's saved him so many times. I'm looking forward to see Harvey Barnes and James Maddison this season, but I've actually gone for a 2-1 Brentford win.
I wonder if Chelobins, if he's going to play. That could be another sign as well.
We'll
find out.
Transfer windows open.
Even Maddison, because he was with a Newcastle.
That too.
50 million bid.
So that's another will be a possible indication if they do put him on the bench or he isn't involved. Will be a thing where he could be moving on the move. So the last one that we've got is so my prediction. Sorry, went way ahead of myself. So I'm going to go with a Leicester win. I'm going to go with 2-1 Leicester. I think because they're at Leicester, I think at home, I think their home record's quite good. I just think that they will just know how to get the job done. And get the 3 points. The next one we've got is Man City versus West Ham. But obviously, West Ham versus Man City. My predictions. I'm going to go with a 3-0 City.
Really?
Yeah, I'm going to go 3-0 City. I think they have to hit the ground running. There's no excuses. I think with Liverpool likely to pick up 3 points against Fulham, they have to hit the ground running. I'm not sure if they're playing on Sunday.
Yeah, they're playing Sunday.
Yeah, so they're going to likely see everyone's results, and it could give them an indication on where they then end up going. What's your prediction?
You know what? Yeah, I'm going to go for a bit of a interesting one. I think mainly because West Ham have reinforced.
Yeah,
they bought in a striker. They needed a striker, and they bought in a centre back because there was one point where they had no centre backs.
Big as well.
Yeah.
They spent big.
City obviously is City,
yeah.
but I think West Ham are going to do a madness. I'm saying 2-2.
Okay. I can see it.
Last time, even Liverpool went to the West Ham Stadium. They lost.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see that. Yeah,
I've gone bold.
Yeah.
I personally think that Pep Guardiola would want his team to start off strong. It's a tough place to go, as so many teams are. But I think that Man City will have the firepower, and I keep using that word, firepower. But again, I think West Ham will dominate in some parts of the game. I think Man City will just be too much for them. I don't think they're starting striker. I think Samako, isn't that
Scamacca, yeah.
That he won't get the great game.
It reminds me a bit like Shamak. For Arsenal.
I personally think he won't get the game right. I personally think he won't score. So I've actually gone for a 2-0 City win.
Okay. Now obviously we've gone through today. This weekend. I did. This weekend's predictions. We're now going into the start of the before Paul's been kicked off. We want to find out our opinions on the top 6 and how it's going to be settled at the end of the season. What have you gone with? Who's you think's going to win the league? Who's going to come second? Who's going to come fourth?
Okay. Right, so I'm going to start with 6th first. Actually, no, I'll start with first. It's quite obvious in my opinion. I think Man City dominate. Not with even with their first and second team. I think they dominate. Second, I've gone Liverpool. Because I think it's just mainly between those two teams for the title. Third, I've actually gone Spurs.
Okay.
So I think mainly because their squad depth is going to get them so far.
Yeah. I think they
can rotate their squad multiple times. Fourth, I don't know if that's my bias kicking in or anything, but I've chosen Arsenal. 5th, I've gone Chelsea. I just don't think they'll be as strong this season.
Okay.
Losing quite a few players.
Okay.
And then 6th, obviously United with that rebuild.
Okay. So I think that is quite a close thing to what I'm selecting, but I'll let Alfie give his predictions.
I thought long and hard about this, and obviously you've got the likes of West Ham, obviously pushing forward as well. But I've actually gone for the top 6 in the top 6. So again, the top 6 clubs will be the top 6. I think. I'll start from 6 to go to first. I've gone for Manchester United in 6th. Again, Eric Ten Hag needs time, and again, as you said, Kai, it's a rebuild. It's gonna miss. It's gonna be a few games where he's gonna be lost crucial games, but I think he needs time. And again, we've actually. That's why I put him 6th. For 5th, this one hurt me a lot. Obviously, we're all Arsenal fans, but I've gone for 5th Arsenal. And the reason I say that is I personally think we'll miss out by a few points. I think that we'll play games like Fulham, Bournemouth, Everton, Nottingham Forest, Leicester, and drop points against them.
You think?
I do.
I think he's mostly got the old Gunners.
Yeah.
I do, and again, we us three will have this discussion after, but I've gone for 4th Tottenham.
Yeah.
Again, with the Kane Sunderland Cup and the new signings, it's just no brainer. I put Chelsea 3rd. I was torn between Chelsea and Tottenham 3rd and 4th, but I've gone for Chelsea. Liverpool 2nd, of course, but I think it's going to be close again. I think it will be a little 1 point, 2 point, maybe a 3 point. And as I said before, Mane will be a huge miss. And obviously, champions have gone for Manchester City, and I've actually written down my notes here. They will push 100 points.
Okay.
They will push it.
Okay.
I feel obviously I want Arsenal to lead, but I think Man City will push with them 100 points.
Okay. I think my predictions. I think Liverpool will win the league. I think they'll be 1st. I think City will be 2nd.
Wow.
I think 3rd. I think it could be between Arsenal, Chelsea, and Spurs. Sorry. I think Arsenal would get 3rd.
You're Arsenal 3rd?
I think Arsenal will get 3rd.
Wow.
Spurs will get 4th. Spurs will get 4th. Chelsea 5th. Man United 6th.
So we all think then the top 6 clubs in the Premier League will finish.
I personally think it will come down to something similar to last season, where you had Spurs. The 4th place will be it's like in between.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Newcastle could be up there.
That could be one as well. Yeah, that's our cameraman there, just saying a few bits. Newcastle, yeah.
But I think that with Newcastle, certain trouble will take time.
Yeah,
it will take time. So
I think yeah, you're right. I think what we'll do is we'll have, for me personally, I think Arsenal will get top 4. I think Arteta's jobs depends on that.
Fine.
So he needs to get top 4. So I'm going to say Liverpool. So City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Spurs, Chelsea, and Manchester United will be. That's how the top 6 will be settled come the end of the season. What's your predictions on the 3 teams to go down?
3 teams to go down?
Yeah.
I've gone Bournemouth, Everton, and Fulham. I think Everton just get worse.
Agree. Agree.
Yeah,
I agree. They get worse, and then obviously Bournemouth, Fulham.
They're
yo-yo clubs.
It's a yo-yo. They go up, they go down.
Yeah. I think for me, I think Fulham will be definitely a team that I reckon will go down. Bournemouth, yes, as well. Everton, I don't think they'll go down. I think it could potentially be Brentford. That could go down.
What about your man Ivan Toney?
Well, obviously he was getting the supply from Ericsson. But unfortunately, he's no longer there. So I think it could be, he's relying on pennies to get those 3 points. But I'm going with I'm going with Brentford, Bournemouth, and Fulham to go down.
Fair enough.
What's your...
I agree with Kai. Fulham, Everton, and Bournemouth. I agree.
Okay. Overachievers. Who do you think are really going to overachieve? Which team do you think is really going to surprise us all in this season in terms of getting results and coming quite high up in the table?
For me, I'm going to go Nottingham Forest.
Okay.
Mainly because I think they're going to have a season like Sheffield United when they first came in. I think they're going to do really, really well. Second season, die off a little bit. And then obviously because they've invested quite a bit of money actually, Nottingham Forest. And it's as if they have sort of a process. They invest in young players for the long term, for the future. So I kind of like what they're doing. So I think for me, I think they'll overachieve.
Yeah.
I agree more. We spoke off camera, and I told you before I went for Nottingham Forest, and I agree with you. I think if I'm a Nottingham Forest fan, the realistic thing I'd want is to avoid relegation. And with the squad they've got, with the signings they've brought in, I think they will avoid it, and I think they will push for a mid-table, just above relegation finish. So again, my overachievers are Nottingham Forest.
What about you?
Something tells me Newcastle.
Overachieve.
Yeah, I think they could do some big things this season. I think.
So where do you think they'll finish? They overachieve.
I think they could maybe get into Europe in terms of Europa League
Conference.
Yeah, I think they'll taste that because I think they've got. You have to think as well. They still would have January to strengthen as well. They've got a bevy of money to spend,
and they are dangerous as well.
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna I'm gonna go with Newcastle on the overachievers. Who do you think's going to underachieve this season massively? Who do you reckon? Which team do you think?
I love Leicester City, but I think underachieve will be Leicester City, and that is primarily because again, Castle Schmeichel leave them, and that is Tielemans' future is in doubt. Jamie Vardy not banging in goals as we know Jamie Vardy is. I think they've got great players in terms of Harvey Barnes, Tielemans, and Fofana. But again, as I said, Tielemans is going to be a question mark whether he's going to start on Saturday or not. But again, I think Leicester will finish below 10th, and my underachievers are Leicester City.
What's your?
I've actually gone for Aston Villa.
Okay.
And the reason I've gone for Aston Villa is because last season, the signings they made were, I'd say they're good signings. Danny Ings, Buendia, I'd say they're really good signings.
Buendia's still from us.
Yeah. And they flopped. I'd say they flopped, especially Danny Ings. How good he was with Southampton.
We didn't know that was happening. That was out the blue.
Yeah, and for Southampton he was excellent. So I think with the signings they've made now, I don't think they'll live up to expectations. For me, anyway.
Yeah, I think for me, who will underachieve, I'm gonna go with Everton. I just think possibly with the players, the reinforcements that they're bringing in, I just can't really see them recovering. I reckon in terms of the squad, I know the squad's still talented, and with Lampard there, I just don't really necessarily see them kicking on. But again, we'll see it come the end of the season. We'll see how all our predictions have come, and what happens from there. Well, guys, that's the end of week 1. We hope that you're going to enjoy